by the way. So Smoker is mono black 5 life. Dawn times 1, activate main once per turn. Give it one of your opponent's characters -1 to their cost during this turn. Then if there's a character with 0 cost on board, this leader gets +1k power during this turn. So essentially like kind of like Katakuri. One down to attack for 7k. Except a lot more conditional. Katakuri,
I mean, he came out
really
on OPO2. He came out on OPO2, so I mean obviously it's gonna be a little more basic. The earlier leaders kind of were just like basic, do one thing, do that.
Right, even if
was until later where they
the +1k buff.
started ramping
Smoker
up
needs
everything.
a 0 cost on board, but having -1 cost on your leader ability can come in handy, right? Helps you reach some cost thresholds for your KO effects.
That's the only issue here is like you really never get the +1000 power unless there's a 1 cost on board. I mean, there might be some turns, but the biggest thing is you have to Dawn ×1, so you have to actually physically attach a Dawn to leader to get the minus. Unlike Lucci, where you just swing 5000 and you get free -1. Right, so this early on, this Dawn ×1 like really hurts you because you would rather try to be efficient.
Let's take a look at the deck list. Okay, counter.
This is the Smoker deck that he has come up with. I don't think this is the one you fully get on the deck. This is definitely his version of the. You need those Smoker decks to make this, right? You get the Sengoku, you get the Tashigi, this 5 cost Tashigi here. And then you got a bunch of other cards. I think the brand news get reprinted as well.
For the turn. So this is a great card to cheat out with Rebecca, right? There's a lot
yeah,
of
leader effect. If you have like a searcher out, 1 cost searcher, boom, you're gonna get that 7k consistently. But it does cost 1 Dawn, right? So like if you're on 8 Dawn, you're never getting that -1. Unlike
him being able
Lucci, where you would get that
-1
-1.
is also great too. Very flexible KO source that you have to invest in cost reduction to use this when attacking. Or EB01 T-Bone, 5 cost 5k power, 2k counter. On play, KO to one of your opponent's 2 cost lower characters.
It's a good. So this 2 cost you use in a deck like ST14, right, which is the Black Luffy. Very good card. It's a searchable 2k off Navy, and on top it KOs a 2 cost, right? So if you really don't have anything else to use, you can obviously just use the T-Bone. Although it is a 2k, you don't really want to do that, but if you have to, it's there.
Cost reduction, so
it's just an extra option.
Like, actually, it's 0-2 Tsudu, 1 cost 0k power, 2k counter. On play,
so I will say real quick, this deck is very, very similar to the Black Luffy deck, which is ST14. I actually tested the ST14 deck for over a month, and I played it at the first Nationals in Dallas. The deck is very, very good, but I personally believe the deck is bait. Like, while you do have a better matchup into BY, you could still lose, and on top of that, you just lose stock in a lot of other matchups. And the biggest one being, instead of being on Lucci for a Lucci mirror, where it's like, all right, let's see who sees better cards and who can min-max what we do, you just straight up lose to Lucci. So it's like, it's not even worth it. So I feel like a deck like this is going to kind of have that similar undertone where it's just like, okay, it's going to be good, but it's like, there's already a best black deck. So it's like, it's hard to justify playing this in a tournament. I'm only speaking in a tournament. This deck plays really fun and seems like it would be insane if you take it to locals. You can cook with this deck and definitely win, but
reach your cost thresholds
when it comes to that highest level, it's probably its ceiling is a lot lower than some of the top decks.
1k counter.
Yeah, so like, main, you can rest. So like, to put it shortly, you got your searchable 2Ks, Suru, T-Bone, Tashigi, right? Those 3. Then you have Brook for early KOs. You have Borsalinos for protection. Your 8 cost Isho up here, 2 of. You don't want to be too greedy and run more. They're bricks. Good to play on curve. Good into certain matchups. Your Searcher, obviously. Rebecca, Rebecca and Moria, the 2 of the most broken cards in black. Always got to pair them together. Then you have Hina for extra reduction. This 3 costs 3/5 here. Sengoku, I think, is a Navy Searcher, if I'm not mistaken. So you have 2 Searchers. Tashigi is a 5/6 that pops a 5, if I'm not mistaken. Probably the best card from the Smoker starter deck, in my opinion. And then 4 Ice Age for reduction, for KOs, etc. So this deck is definitely super, super good. I want to go ahead and see how he plays this.
Not Sengoku.
So
the Sengoku, discard 1 of each just to keep it balanced.
Oh wait, what did that do? That did not surge, did it?
The Sengoku, discard 1 of each just to
you discard 2. You trash 2, draw 3. It's not a searcher. You draw 2, trash 3. Sorry, I don't even know what it is.
So this 7th
I'm learning here. So he's playing a Bonney, plays the Sengoku, trashes 2 2Ks, which is interesting. I mean, you do have 12.
Play, right?
Draws 3 new cards, and then at 4 Dawn, you have...
I do think it's swing 9 at leader.
Interesting. I don't know if I would have done
Sengoku. Then we'll pass.
I might have swung 6,
so
played my Brook.
Next turn, I can kill with Tashigi.
Right.
It's the Basil Hawkins I don't really have an answer for. I have it here, Brook, but then He needs to be out at the users when attacking, not his own play.
I'm trying to.
Okay, so 6 at us.
I'm trying to think here.
We'll give you a counter 2.
Cause like he could have well played the Brook in anticipation, especially now if you have the Brook right now.
Okay, so if he's gonna tap,
if you have the Brook right now, it feels super good.
I don't mind if he taps.
You can just Tashigi it though here.
He's get a 7k in. So Tashigi -4. On leader ability, buff me, kill Uruj. 7
That's not
lead.
bad. That's not a bad turn.
Tap my Tashigi. That's fine. He takes. We'll pass. Because if he wants to devote 3 Dawn to attack Tashigi, that means he can only play a 4-drop max.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Which is something I can contend
6,
with
7.
for sure.
Okay, so look, hear me out. If you already have the Brook on board,
okay, he swings 11.
You can Ice Age, swing the Brook to pop the Basil, but he's gonna rest either your leader or your other.
Oh, the Gecko gives me no value because I have nothing to bring
back. But then you just go ahead and play your own Tashigi on top.
It's still a 9k body though.
They're gonna rest one of the units. You just play Tashigi again, and you can double pop if you have that Brook out.
What else can I do?
I think maybe establishing that Brook is probably better.
Instead of a Brook,
like swing 6 with your leader, play the Brook.
Bodies. So Rebecca Brook is 7 Dawn. I have 1 left over, so we'll do 6 at lead. Yeah, this would have been the best time to Gecko because they didn't play anything, but unfortunately for me.
What's his trash looking like? Low key, I think you just
Moria. We'll play out.
What's his trash looking like?
Rebecca, take back a Tashigi. I think we want the Tashigi. Play out a Hina. And then play out a Brook, and we'll pass. We're just setting up. That was all that turn was. And maybe he'll even waste an attack on the Hina. If not,
I mean, he's definitely showcasing the deck and using these cards, right? That the Shigi getting it back with the Rebecca so he can pop another 5 costs.
Okay, so they're swinging 5
or -4 and then it pops a 4. Or I don't know if it's
might as well block with Rebecca. If I'm going to play Gecko, I can replay a bunch of stuff. What 9-drop can he play? 8-cost Kid? 8-cost Kid and then Dawn on him?
The thing is with Black versus Bonney, just Black in general, I think a lot of the times...
Shanks to kill my Hina.
You kind of just have the advantage. Like you have the answers. This guy?
Because I can kill him with.
Are you watching Kaizoku? I am.
Tashigi, but that's all I can do for the turn. Ice Age Hina lets me kill it with Brook. Yeah, it's better. Okay. Then I need Dawn for Ice Age and then Dawn for Brook to attack, so I can't put Dawn on leader. Yeah. So Gecko into Rebecca, and then might as well play out Sudo too. Then we'll bring back Hina out. So he's a 3-cost. And then Ice Age. Dawn
he has
Brook.
another Moria, so I mean, just do it.
That lead,
fine.
kill Shanks.
No offense, but he looks like a content creator rather than a pro player. Oh no, he is. He's for sure a content creator over a pro player. And
Bonney.
He has gotten multiple top 32, so he's a good player. But he definitely doesn't like.
So they only have 1 attack they can afford at Brook.
He definitely doesn't spend the time to want to achieve these high top 8s and spend his time to try to become the best player. He just casually plays it. He plays enough to be good, but I don't think he cares to like get any better and just like be
but I think I will block
World's invitee, right? So I can go to Worlds and stuff like that.
Loop Rebecca with Gecko again if I need to.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
Plays Cavendish.
There's a lot more bad players in this game than there are good, and he's on the good side. So.
I mean, I could double.
He's good while he's a content creator. I respect that because I came from that exact same spot.
4-drop.
Even though I have spent a lot of time,
we'll kill one of them.
Trying to get better, in which I have. I don't regret that, but it did take a lot of time.
The Shigi,
but Cavendish. One thing I was gonna say is Black in general versus Bonney is supposed to be favored and really, really good. Like for the most part, Lucci. Should even be except BY just because of how that matchup goes. But Lucci, Black Luffy, ST14, this smoker should all have a general easier time against a Bonney deck, just because of the cards you have. The cards at your disposal just make the matchup so easy. It's just it's disgusting. It really is. That's why I don't like Bonney as a good pick.
So you're gonna tap my Gecko Moria
for future tournaments. Bonney gets value from staying on board. Yeah, facts.
Okay, they countered 3. I guess we'll do 9 with Hina. They take, we'll pass.
Yeah, but like here is just like he had the Moria.
So 6 at
he could have he dealt with the 9 Shanks. Like he's just in a position to just win this game. Like okay, that kid here. Let's see what his turn is with that kid, right? So he actually froze the Brook. He can't use the Brook.
Characters to replace Brook.
The Rosie is protecting.
I think I can.
The kid, right? Let's see what he does.
But how do I kill Kid? So Tashigi makes him a 4 cost. Maybe I develop Gecko instead.
So his play here actually is very simple. Like the Bonney has 5 cards in hand. You're at 4 life. What you do is you just play the Tashigi, pop the Rosinante, and then you just raw swing into the Moria. Or you raw swing into the kid with your Moria.
Play Gecko. Then Rebecca replace the Brook. And then Hina out for fun. Oh wait, rested. Okay, Tsuru for fun. We'll activate Sudo for fun onto Kid. And then
grab the Brook, use the Rosinante. I guess this works too, but I don't know. I would rather you swing into his Kid with some big swings, right? Like here's only a 10, and then your leader's rested or your Tashigi.
They can tap my Rebecca here.
Like yeah, you do get a Moria
tap my
active,
leader.
right?
I was gonna attack with him anyway. I can't attack
but
with him anyway.
He keeps the Kid. So if he has like another Rosie, it could get real rough. The Brook is getting frozen.
Okay, so Carrot only locks down a 7 cost or less.
He can go,
which is only this Brook.
Unfortunately he doesn't. Are you at 4 life at this point? Yeah. No. Yeah, I agree. He's definitely not playing optimally, but he's just showing off the deck, which he is doing a good job of.
Bonney,
he is definitely doing a good job of showing off this deck, and so this deck is just fun new cards, right? Tashigi, a new way to gain value with the Sengoku. So I think there's definitely a lot of good things about the Smoker deck. Is definitely different.
Was it tapped already?
2 Don. Average.
Did I say 8 Don? I mean enough Don to attack me.
But yeah, like once you're so ahead, I guess it doesn't really even matter how you go about your turns.
I need that Sudo. I don't need that Sudo. Oops. 12k into Kid.
You kind of just get there. If you know what I'm saying.
Can they save? Okay, 10.
Right, so got rid of the Kid, and
they just concede. Yeah, they just have 3 swords.
You run out of cards. You have no Kid on board. This was my first time actually looking at a Smoker deck. It definitely runs smooth. That Tashigi on 5 is just ruthless. That card is a menace for sure. It replaces the Kaku play, but the Kaku only KOs a 3, right? A 4 with Lucci. Yeah, this card is super good. I'm loving the Tashigi, right? You can play it on 5, pop a 4, like if they play a Kuzan. Super cool. But yeah, I think Smoker's like probably 3rd best deck, maybe 4th, but I would consider Tempest Kick in the Smoker build to make it more flexible, I suppose. Potentially. I think it runs more like the Black Luffy deck. But at the end of the day, the black cards you put into a Black Leader deck is really up to you. There's very, very good cards you can leave in. There's very, very good cards that you can leave out. I mean, at the end of the day, it's up to whoever's playing it and how they want to pilot the deck. So Black is one of those kind of decks where you have just a ton of options you can use or not use. And so people always top with either or, and it just really comes down to how you want to build it. But overall, I think I'll give this Smoker deck probably like a 7 out of 10. I really do enjoy it. It's probably not the strongest just because there's other stronger black decks. So but yeah, with that being said, this deck is definitely one I bought. I bought 3 of every deck. Definitely gonna make a deck using every single starter deck. Shanks, Dofi, probably not Smoker. I might tech in the Sengoku somewhere else, but we'll see. But like, I'm definitely gonna use all of them, right?